So this is the setup for Visual Studio and SQL Server presented by Jessica C. and Anna T. for CS470. Now once you download the SQL Server installer, you'll double click and this menu will pop up. From the installation, you'll want to click the very top option. From there it'll take you to this window and you'll just want to leave this as default and hit next. Here you'll want to select I accept the license terms and then select next once again. Here it'll check to make sure that what you have on your computer meets the requirements in order to install the SQL Server. Another scan to make sure everything is up to date. Once that is completed, it'll display all that has passed. With the firewall, it'll most likely pop up every single time, but don't worry, that's just a warning. And hit next once again. Here you'll want to select the SQL Server feature installation. That's just the basic one that we will be using. Hit next. From here you can select and deselect anything that you want or do not want, but since this is just the very basic, we want to just select all and then hit next. Here they'll make you wait a little bit before taking you to this screen. From here you just want to leave it at default settings, so don't change a thing. And here is where you can actually make passwords for your SQL Server, but since this is my first time using it, I'm just leaving it and just going in with Windows authentication. Here you want to just leave it as is, except for down here, add current user. You'll want to select that. That way it allows your user that you're currently in to access the SQL Server. Same thing again, leave the server mode section at default, but you'll want to add the current user and then hit next. Here you just want to leave it because it's just making sure that you want to install. You'll want to add your current user once again before hitting next. Here I just left it completely blank, but you can research into what this means in order to change it if you so desire. If not, then hit next. Here's just showing everything that will be installed once you hit the installation button down here. Once everything looks okay, you go ahead and hit install, and it'll install. It'll take a little bit, but it should be completed at this point. You will get to this right here, and from here you'll just want to hit connect. Make sure that's in Windows authentication unless you did create a password, and then you will want it to be in the server authentication. Since I did not create a password, I just leave it at Windows and I hit connect. It'll take a little bit. And now I am connected to the server. And from here you can go into databases and create other ones.
I'm Jessica, and I'm going to be going through the Visual Studio setup. So you start by downloading Visual Studio. It takes quite a while. And once you've downloaded it, you need to go ahead and restart your computer, and it restarts and to continue the process. And it stays here for a while, but it is doing something. And when it says thank you for your patience, it means it. But then when you get here, you can sign in with your Microsoft account. So you can sign in with your Microsoft or alias email, and then your Microsoft password. You get to choose what colors you like. This takes a while again. Visual Studio is good about setting everything up for you, so although it takes a long time between the process of waiting for it to put itself together, what's nice about it is there aren't a lot of things that you have to configure once it's done. So Once it's restarted and you've signed in, you're ready to go.
And here's what it will look like. In order to start a new project, you just go over here to the left, select New Project. From here, you'll want to select Web, and then go up to ASP.NET Web Application. Name it whatever you'd like. I'll just leave it at the default, and select OK.
This is for setting up using the tutorials that come in later episodes on this YouTube channel.
From here, you want to select MVC, and don't worry about any others. Just hit OK, and it'll create your project. Once it's finally updating and opening, you will get the screen, and from here you are able to start the tutorials and make the changes.
Have fun.
Good luck.